14-year NFL veteran. All this guy did was spend 14 years in the National Football League, over 1,000 career tackles, 93
and a half
career sacks, the most ever by a nose tackle in the history of the National Football League. And because it was brought up in factually correct, this is not a stat that, you know what, we never even brought up because we didn't think anything of it. But since apparently you had a record that we didn't know you had.
Of course, I didn't know.
Okay. So we just found out this past week, and shout out to, I think it's Derek Brown, the young man with the Carolina Panthers, okay? Defensive tackle. Look, it's been a shit season for the Carolina Panthers. Not a lot to be excited about, but, you know, when you're on defense as much as they are, guess what? You're going to get 100 tackles from the defensive tackle position, which is something that you know all too well, okay? Having done it not once, but twice. And the reason we bring this up, ladies and gentlemen, is because this was the first time in 2023, the 2023 season, that a defensive tackle had recorded 100 tackles since the 2000 season. Okay. And so you got to tell me that it's been 23 years since the last time we've seen a defensive tackle get 100 tackles, and yet my man here did it back-to-back seasons.
Yeah, I think it was.
Back-to-back seasons, 90 and 91. So that's it. And more importantly, had 109 tackles during the 1990 NFL season with the Minnesota Vikings. And so there, my friends, is the actual defensive tackle record for most tackles in a season.
Thank you. I didn't know. I mean, nobody told me then either. So,
well, now we know. We tweeted it out. No, by the way, the gentleman that tweeted it out initially didn't respond to my tweet. I said, how can this guy have the NFL record when, dare I say 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Dare I say 30 years ago?
Yeah. Long time ago. Good Lord. 30 years.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Henry Thomas, I was 9 when you did that.
Well, that makes you feel wrong on that.
So when I was 9 years old, Henry Thomas racking up tackles like nobody's business. So there you have it.
Well, it happened because, those 14 years I spent in the NFL, I spent 14 years starting.
What do we say? 200 out of what? 200 and I think you played 212 out of a possible 218 career games, if I'm not mistaken. So there you go. So again, look, not that we're trying to. I mean, look, it is what it is.
It's the year of information. I mean, it's the decade of information, and when you put something out like that,
are you the Cat Williams of defensive tackles?
You have to go out and fact check. That's all. You want to put it out there and say you're the king.
That's it.
And that's a record, but it was a record since 2000. I got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
2000 was the year I retired, by the way.
So there you go. Which and look, bringing it all full circle, and we're going to get to the playoffs here today. But obviously, as our boy Jeff pointed out, huge day in the NFL over the last 24 hours, and really in college football or just football in general. I think you and I are both of the agreement. We said this last week that we thought that, and while I think you and I both picked Alabama.
Absolutely.
To beat to beat Michigan. And really, let's call it what it is. That was a game they should have won, if we're being honest.
Being honest?
Who? Alabama?
Alabama got beat.
No, I get that, but I'm saying I thought Alabama should. I don't think Michigan I mean, look, they were up 20-13 with 9 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter anyway, and then just kind of whatever.
Okay.
And so that's what I'm saying. I feel like, look, I get it. Michigan came back, but as much as Alabama kind of just, spitting a bit in that last 9 minutes and that last play.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's how we're not going to Nick Saban for that.
No. I mean, 7 national championships? 7.
Including one at your alma mater.
One at LSU. Got him rolling. He was like, this is how we do it. Probably had a problem with those Cajuns down there. It's like, I'm going to go with the hillbillies over in Alabama.
Well, because he bounced to Miami after LSU.
Went to Miami for 3 years or 2 years? 2 years.
2.
And then went to
went to what he knows, college football.
Exactly.
So over the course of a 24-hour period, and look, no one's just I don't know that. To me, the Nick Saban news wasn't totally surprising, just for the simple fact that I had heard, I think his daughter came out and said something a couple months ago and said, and it was one of those deals, it was like, some local deal. She said if Bama wins a title, which at that time it didn't look like there was any chance Bama was going to win a title, that he would retire. So everybody was kind of like, all right, whatever. But, he retires yesterday. The big news, you called me, told me I had no idea. He retires yesterday. Pete Carroll gets let go yesterday, which I think if you take the news.
He's still in the office. He's just no longer the coach.
He's leaving.
Where's he going to go?
I think it's a question of if you're a team, like let's say whether it's everybody keeps wanting to put the Belichick to the Chargers. I'm telling you right now, I think Pete Carroll has as much chance to go to the Chargers as anybody. Now that he's gone from Seattle,
why would Pete go to the Chargers?
Why wouldn't you?
I mean,
number one,
they want to keep it.
Look,
in a different capacity.
He said, tell you what.
Is he going to stay there and do the different capacity?
Hell no, he ain't doing it. Look, because he said twice yesterday, look, you played for Pete Carroll, okay? Yeah. So you know Pete Carroll better than me or anybody listening today. Unless Pete's listening, which he's got time. Because, he's doing whatever it is he's doing. He said two things. One, he's fired up about the future, and he doesn't know what he's going to do next. And he said that look.
It's contradiction. I'm fired up about something I don't know. I'm going to be fired about the future, but I don't know what I'm going to do. Come on, man. That's just smoke. You're blowing smoke up my ass.
Well,
tell me something.
Well, because I think he's waiting to see what coaching jobs come out. Look, he's 72 years old.
And ain't nobody, and not a whole lot of people ain't banging down the door to get him.
Well, we don't know yet. There's only been. I think it's going to be one of those deals, and this is why I say the Chargers, okay? Because with the Chargers, you're talking about. Look, you got pieces on defense, all right. Say what you want about Brendan Staley, because he was supposed to be the guy, right? That defensively was going to fix everything. And you could argue, and I know this from watching the Chargers play over the last few years, their defense ain't been shit. All right, their defense for a team that's had a defensive-minded head coach. Mm-hmm. Defense has actually gotten worse in 3, which to me is and again, explain to me, Henry Thomas, how if I bring you in to be my head coach, how does my defense get worse?
Easily. Because I was a defensive coordinator under another defensive-minded coach that was actually.
Well, but you got to remember, remember, Staley was the D coordinator with the Rams.
Yeah.
Okay. So, it was one of those deals where when you, and look, I think
Here's the thing with the Rams, though. It wasn't just the individual coaches. They had somebody that overseed everything over there. Their coach hand was in everything.
Who, McVay?
Yeah. When you get out of that and now you running it, you got nobody helping you.
Well, no, and I don't disagree with you on that. I guess
because I'm thinking McVay is like, there's a huge hole in that defense. If they run that, you can do that. I don't know if we want to do that. I think he had that kind of support, and made him look like he was all of that. Then he goes over there and
see. The
real light comes out.
I'll do the opposite. I'll take the opposite view. Okay. I think all he had to do was defense. Okay, McVay was like, look, this is you. I'll throw in what I need to throw in, but this is all you need to worry about. And he schematically, he was dope. That's why he got the job.
It's like people say though, paper don't play.
Well, that's just it, right? And
it looks great on paper.
And you know as well as anybody, it's one thing. There's one thing about being the captain, and there's another thing about being a lieutenant. Okay, and you know as well as anybody, Henry Thomas, there's plenty of coaches out there, and they talked about this on the McAfee show yesterday because that was a big thing about now that you get all these openings, you got, and I'll throw a question out that they threw out because I'm curious to get your thoughts on this. But I think, the thing about the NFL is we've got a lot of guys who are lieutenants. Josh McDaniels, is a lieutenant. And one thing that I know me and Mike Babbo have gone back and forth about, one of the reasons why he doesn't want Bill Belichick in Vegas is because he doesn't want the Patriot way. I'm also a big believer that, guess what? Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick are night and day. Like that's
night and day.
It's because, look, Bill Belichick's been good without Josh McDaniels. Absolutely. Josh McDaniels has never been good without Bill Belichick.
There you go.
Right? So that there's a big difference there. I know everybody keeps wanting to say Belichick. Like I heard today, the team that got thrown out was the Atlanta Falcons, which I say no, because again, you have no quarterback. Belichick ain't going anywhere where he didn't have a quarterback. And I don't see him as a West Coast guy. I just don't see him going to the Chargers. But Pete Carroll has been there, done that, The energy is there. He knows the West Coast as well as anybody. I mean, having coached in LA for, I mean, he's a legend at USC. You're going to tell me that with Josh, or with, what's the Herbert's kid's first name? Is it Josh?
Josh.
Is it Josh?
Hey there. Herbert.
Bobby, what?
Bobby. Is it Herbert? Justin.
You gonna tell me? Well, I was gonna say, what's my excuse? I'm drinking water. But if you look at that defense and what they got coming back, and they may have to let a few people go just from a salary cap standpoint, but you still got Justin Herbert. To me, that would make sense for a Pete Carroll type. And you get 3 to 4 years. Plus, here's the thing too. With Pete Carroll, why I think he would be a little more plug and play than say a Belichick is when you're the Chargers, okay, you're the 6th best team in your own city. Okay, you're the fucking stepchild in your own stadium. Okay, that's not the case anymore. You bring in Pete Carroll.
I just don't know if Pete is wanting to do it.
What, coach?
Yeah.
Oh, I think
like you said, he's 72. Been to 2 Super Bowls, won 1, built a great team.
Wonderful team.
Made Russell Wilson.
But he's one of those, he strikes me as the kind of guy that if he doesn't move, he dies, right? Like he's got to stay in the mix. And here's the other thing too. Seattle didn't take a step back because of anything Pete Carroll did.
Right.
They took a step back because Geno took a step back. Like
right.
Geno went back to being not necessarily Geno, but
they got all they can get out of him, and that was it.
Boy, that turnip's dry.
Can't get no water.
Okay,
more belches in this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, God bless Geno Smith, and I'm glad my man got paid. It was a great story last year, but Geno Smith is just a okay NFL quarterback. Okay, and I don't think I'm being hyperbolic when I say that. I like Seattle fans.
Maybe the quarterbacks in the league. Yes, okay.
Okay. Dare I say he's almost like a black Trent Green.
Let's just say Trent Green. You don't have to say he's black. We try to eliminate that narrative. So let's just say
I'm a big fan of the cross-racial comparison.
I know you are.
Because I don't feel like they're done enough. I feel like we spend too much time comparing race to race. Why not white to black? Can we do that?
We're gonna do this podcast every day in the week, so y'all can get enough of this. I hear it every day. Would you say he was like?
By the way, who called? By the way, what did you? Who was the first one to say Josh Allen was the white Lamar Jackson? And you laughed at me back then.
I'm gonna laugh at you now. He's still not Josh. He is nowhere near Lamar Jackson. White. It's like, he worked really hard.
High IQ guy.
Man,
high IQ guy.
Yeah,
works really hard.
Like your man says, the white guy does it. It's a smart move. Black guy does it. It's athletic. It's like when he jumps from the free throw line and dunks over your head, it's like, man, he thought that out.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he really put some work into that. All right, so let me get a piece of paper. We're gonna make some predictions here. Okay. My question for you. Okay, so if you don't think so, you're of the opinion, yay or nay, Pete Carroll's done.
I think Pete Carroll's done. I don't know if he has. He's done so much. He's been in the game so long. I mean, he was a coach at Minnesota my rookie year, and he was there with us for 2 years, maybe 3.
Well, of course, you heard the stat that everybody talked about yesterday that everybody couldn't get enough of. Who did Nick Saban replace when he went to Ohio State back in 1981?
I did hear that.
Pete Carroll.
There
you go. All right, so I like to do predictions. I like to write things down on just random pieces of scratch paper. Where I'll find this at, who knows? All right.
Or win.
HTFD. Here we go. So Carroll in 2024 will be
in the front office.
Seattle front office?
Yep.
Okay, so you like him going to the Seattle front office. Freddie D, meanwhile, says, "Go Chargers, go!"
Front office, Seattle.
I like him I'm calling my shot now. I shock the world, and it's twofold. One, you're getting a damn good head coach. You're going to get him for 3 to 5 years, okay, which is what you got Staley for. And you're going to be relevant in LA. That's important.
So how is he going to be more relevant than, let's say,
because who gives a fuck about Brendan Staley?
Not talking about Brendan Staley.
About Belichick?
Belichick.
No. Harbaugh. Because I know that's the name.
Hey.
The only it's 1A, 1B. It's 1A, 1B, but I'm going to give a slight edge to Carroll because he's been there before and he's got people there. He's got an already built-in LA fan base.
No, because Harbaugh's from there, right?
Harbaugh's a Michigan man.
Okay, he's a Michigan man. But he coached there. He's been in LA.
Yeah,
he
been
coached
in the San Diego football team that you couldn't tell me who their mascot is if I spotted you the mascot.
That's true. He's still got people there. And
who's he got in San Diego? First of all, the team's not even in San Diego anymore.
The Los Angeles Chargers, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem right here.
Here's the
Chargers
thing.
are dealing with.
He's the younger, he's the better pick.
I'm not saying he's not the better pick.
He's the younger guy. He's going to get the job before Carroll. And I don't think Carroll's even pursuing it.
Okay.
So,
we will agree to disagree. So you got Harbaugh going to so you got him going to LA, the Chargers.
Well, I feel like I'm on trial. Did you just pick that up? You just pull that out of my mouth. I didn't say that. I just said he might be a better fit than Carroll. That's all I said.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. So where did you
like had me wondering, did I say
that? So where? Okay, let me ask you this: where do you have Belichick
going? That is pretty much anywhere he wants.
See, I disagree. I disagree. I think because look, if you're a rebuilding team, is he the guy? Just for the simple fact that he's 72 years old and he looks 72. Like that's the difference between him and Pete Carroll, right? Like Pete Carroll looks like he's still in good shape.
You seen him run?
Well, I'm not. Look,
he runs like I run, and I know I run.
Look, I saw the tweet today of when he was out there playing quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked like Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite, for Christ's sake.
I'm just saying,
but from a vigor, from a vigor standpoint.
Saying Pete's still getting some, and Bill ain't.
Well, Bill's girlfriend did bounce on him, although we do have footage of a shirtless Bill Belichick doing the walk of shame to a car in.
My man, that's what I'm talking about.
And you know, it's funny you bring this up, and you know, because we do tend to diverge from time to time. Do you wonder if maybe Bill's head has been in the punana for the last couple of years, and that's why he's been taking this kind of like whatever approach to coaching?
No.
Okay.
Nothing's more important to Bill than football.
Well, and I can see that. That might be why he's run through a few women in the day.
He's gone through a few, exactly.
Because football is more important. So let me ask, okay, then last, and I know this is a Chiefs show, but we'll get to the Chiefs here in a second. Because obviously the biggest news is what's happened the last 24 hours. Why do you think Belichick decided to go with? Because to me, the beginning of the end was when he decided to make Joe Judge and Matt Patricia co-offensive coordinators. And that, to me, A, it set back the offense. B, it set back Mac Jones almost and to the point of no return.
It's just an experiment that failed. That's all it was. He was like, look, now I know you got to have one person at this helm. It's not big enough for two hands. Let's just one person
Why
do
take
it.
two guys that aren't even offensive guys? I mean, I get what you're saying if like one was a quarterback coach or a wide receiver coach, but you took a special teams coordinator and a defensive coordinator and decided, let's make these two slapdicks. And they are slapdicks. Let's be real about that. Because Joe Judge is a slapdick and Matt Patricia's a piece of shit.
Let's try to marriage them together and see what happens.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, to me, that was...
It's the evolution of coaching. I mean, you try things, you get people.
That's crazy, bro.
And the thing about it is...
You've been around the NFL for how long?
A long time.
You ever seen that?
No. No, not at all.
I mean, what have you ever... Okay, case in point. How many D coordinators in your history, both playing and being associated with the NFL after the fact, how many D coordinators And we'll just throw in special team coordinators just for the sake of this conversation. Did you ever think to yourself, those guys would be damn good offensive coordinators? Man, why aren't they on the other side of the ball?
No.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, what are we thinking here?
It's like you said, it's the beginning of the end. It was the beginning of the end, but it was also, like I said, it was an experiment. We're going to do this with these guys.
Yeah.
I think they got,
they're smart football guys.
And I'm going to give them some grooming, let them grow as coaches. And it just turned into
it was a debacle.
The experiment was a success, but the patient died.
Whoa, you can say that again. All right, give me your. And look, this is all fluid because I heard something this morning, or I heard something on the way in
where I think Belichick's going to go. That's what you want to know.
I do not want to know that, but hold on before you give me the answer.
The breaks
before you give me the answer. You've got a Philadelphia team that. There's legit rumblings that Nick Sirianni, if they lose, could be out.
It's a shame.
Would be a shame, maybe. I don't know. I mean,
but you know what? Everybody's got to take into account. They lost both coordinators.
They did, but your coach really didn't do a whole lot to improve things. Like, because here's the problem with Sirianni. He's an offensive guy who refuses to call plays.
Why is that a problem?
Because if that offense has struggled at times like it has, you would think, okay, he's good. Because look, your boy Belichick, if that defense starts slacking off, guess who's coming in there to do his thing?
He's always doing his thing.
He's always doing his thing.
He never slacks off much. But last year, the formula for Philadelphia was, I'm not doing that. And it worked out fine.
Yeah.
But now I got somebody new in there. I don't want to be overbearing of it, but you still lost two
damn good coordinators who are really good head coaches.
Exactly.
Look, Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon are both Coach of the Year candidates in their own respective ways.
There you go. But you lose that on a team, you see it. They wrote out what they learned.
Yeah. Got
to a point where nobody's teaching them anything else. And they start going down.
Yeah.
Game after game with a 5-game.
Well, but is that where the coaching's come in? And because at some point the head coach needs to exert some sort of.
But a lot of times with individuals and people, you don't see that's why it's happening like it's happening, because you're thinking we still got this and we still got that, and I'm here doing this.
Yeah.
And blah blah. You don't see that, or maybe you're too arrogant or picky-headed to say those guys helped run all that. That's why it's slipping away. Well, I did it for the first 11 games and we won and we did this and blah, 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 But when the game got tough, that piece of the pie wasn't there. That piece of the puzzle wasn't there to help the team overcome, learn, get better.
Well, not to mention, too, look, think about it this way. You also, he made I don't want to call it a abrupt decision, but 3 weeks ago he swapped out the defensive coordinator that was struggling, brought in Matt Patricia, who was already like a consultant on the staff. And I told you what I'd heard on NFL radio. Matt Patricia, right? I mean, Matt. I think we're starting to figure out that Matt Patricia is the defensive Josh McDaniels. Okay,
I'm just saying.
I think that's the reality.
Every time his name is mentioned in Detroit, a dog takes a shit.
Okay, and that's my point, right? So think about it. Okay. He was terrible in Detroit, terrible in Detroit. All right, and Detroit knows terrible. Okay, and he's got a special place. Who was the coach that went 0-16? Oh, that was the defensive line coach. Oh, dadgummit. Not Pagano. I can see his name in front of me. It starts with like an R or something like that.
Spell it out.
Oh, dadgummit. Anyway, it'll come to me. It'll come to me later. So you had Patricia, who, again, was a great D coordinator under Belichick, and then goes to Detroit, sucks, goes back to New England, all right, wasn't great then, now goes back to Philly and is coaching there, and has been and that defense has actually gotten worse since he took over.
Well, I can guarantee this much. Cat's out of the bag. Nobody else is going to want it. I take that back. Because it's still a good old boys now.
It is. He'll still find well, let's put it this way. He may end up finding his way back as a position coach, because his coordinator days may be over after. Look, his coordinator days
what
may
position did he coach? Please don't say D-line. Don't say that one. Don't say
713-780-3776. Give us a call. If you, Matt Patricia, if you're listening, go ahead and leave a comment.
Drop a comment right there. Tell us what you coach.
He
what
strikes
position.
me as a linebacker coach.
He strikes me as a special teams coach.
Well, I mean, look, let's call it what it is. I mean,
he's a special team coach. He's not, I don't know any position that would benefit from
Matt Patricia.
Matt Patricia's coaching. Look it up. Tell me what you see.
We're about to find out.
Tell me what you see.
While we're waiting, what's the coldest you've ever played? What was the coldest NFL game you ever played in?
Cleveland. It was, I want to say 9 degrees with a little sleep.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Ready for it.
Okay, so he was the defensive line coach at Amherst from 1999 to 2000.
Yeah.
Okay,
I've heard of them.
but here's the deal. This is why maybe so this is it's all coming full circle. Now the plot may thicken on why your boy Belichick thought he could get fucking creative. Okay. Your boy Patricia was the offensive graduate assistant at Syracuse from 01 to 03. He was an offensive assistant with the Patriots in 04. He was an offensive line coach in 05. And then he moved to the defensive side of the ball. Excuse me. He moved to the defensive side of the ball in 2006, where he was the linebackers coach. And then he moved to safeties in 2011, and then was the D coordinator from 2012 to 2017. So there you go. So there's your boy.
Sounds like somebody don't know how to hold a gig.
Well,
He's just bouncing around from position. Maybe I can do this one better. Maybe I can do this one better. Maybe they're just going, hey, man, you my boy and all. Look, I'm going to send you over to the linebackers.
they kept moving him, you know. I mean, he was with the Patriots from 2004 to 2017.
And just bounced him up. You know who else they did like that? Pepper Johnson. Look up Pepper. See,
now, why you don't think that was?
I don't know. I mean, I played with Pepper. I've never seen him as a coach. I'm just saying.
You didn't see the same things that maybe other people saw. That's what you're saying.
I'm just saying. I got an opportunity to play with him, and that was about it. I mean, I didn't get a chance to actually coach.
By the way,
my senior coach.
Did you know his real name is Thomas?
Yes, it is. And back in the day, don't call him.
Don't. Why did you do it?
No, he just had a funky little attitude about Pepper.
Which, all the names.
I was like, I come, I'm a pot stirrer sometimes. So I was like, hey, Thomas. Hey, man, Thomas. I was like, your mama named you Thomas. I'm going to call you Thomas. And everybody thought it was funny because it's from the movie.
Yeah.
It was like, it's like, my Pepper. Call me Pepper. I was like, all right, Pepper.
Well, that kind of it reminds me of that line that Kat had in the interview with Shannon Sharp, where he said that Chris Tucker, his nickname from Michael Jackson was Christmas. And he said
Michael Jackson's nickname for him.
Yeah, exactly. For Chris Tucker's was Christmas. And Kat goes, I don't know about you, but I don't know any grown man, lets another grown man call him Christmas.
Hey, Christmas. Hey, Christmas.
And that was the one part where Shannon Sharp was like, nope, me neither.
Me neither. No, Michelle was like,
for as much as he tried to deflect during that interview,
oh my God.
And he did a lot.
He did a lot.
That was one of the few times.
But I give him his props to let him talk.
Real quick, and we're kind of all over the place, but that's what happened. It's the first time you and I have been on a show in a while.
Yeah, that's what happens.
This is what happens, folks. I know some people have given him shit because they said, you didn't interject, your follow-ups, da-da-da. Tell you what Shannon Sharp did that you can't teach. Well, you can teach, but if you listen to 99% of fucking interviewers today, they ruin it. And there's plenty of shitty interviewers out there because they want to make an interview about them and not the actual interviewee. But the fact that he let him talk.
Oh, yeah.
He just sat back and let Kat say whatever Kat was going to say. And oh, by the way, as you and I talked about, outside of people, he was fucking, Kat was full of shit. Kat said this, but we, again, as
clapbacks haven't been
the clapbacks have not been anywhere near to the level of what we heard from Kat, and I can't remember who said this, but look, the fact that it's them doing it and not their attorney responding tells you all you need to know.
That's exactly right. I mean, it's when you can't, it's hard to clap back against the truth. And if the truth comes out and you say the truth, and it's like
set you free.
You know, it's like only person I know who could clap back, who was masterful about clapping back against the truth, was Trump. It's like
because Trump will just out and out deny it, and then
he'll just go like when he said the system was rigged back in when he was first running. Like what is your evidence? It's rigged because I use it. You know, I use the system.
Yeah. What's wrong with the tax code? I don't know. I'm using the same fucked up one that she's been like, oh, her friends used to.
Oh, look, I know I did. Well, you didn't pay your taxes. Well, I use the same tax breaks as little people. You know, he's the only one that can clap back the truth like that. You know,
he did come back. Well, it's you're exactly right because I remember when that whole grabbing the pussy thing came out. And he was like, yeah, I said it because most women will let powerful men grab them in the pussy. Like,
then on this right there,
you're kind of like. And you know what? Not one powerful man disputed it.
Nobody said a word.
Nobody said a word.
And that goes to our point. It's hard to clap back against the truth. You know?
That's when you know.
I ain't never grabbed no woman in the pussy. Without asking.
Without asking. It didn't already know what was coming.
Your pants a little snug. Hold on.
There you go. All right. Real quick, we'll wrap up the coaching thing with this. I'll tell you what, because so many things are fluid, we'll go ahead and just keep it copacetic for now.
Yeah.
You're on record as saying Carroll's not coaching.
No.
You're 100% confident in that.
I'm confident in that.
All right. I'm going to give you a chance over the weekend to back out. Okay.
Chance?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a chance over the weekend to back out. Okay.
Back out.
I know how you look. I can see you coming back and saying, you know what, you might be right. I can see it because I can see you watching a video of your boy Carroll, and then when you watch when you watch his press conference last night, I guarantee you'll change your mind.
I know. I'm not gonna change.
No, I think you will.
Harbaugh.
Yeah.
He's won the championship.
No, I'm saying, where do we think he's going?
I think it's already out there that he's going somewhere.
No, he's leaving Michigan. Well, that's a done deal.
You know this.
Oh, he's absolutely leaving. He ain't coming back to Michigan. He's got 44 dudes leaving. They're about to fucking hammer him with sanctions. Okay. My man's going. Look, he's out, dude. He's out. Then look, he won him a title. What more can he do?
Okay. Where is he gonna go?
Look, and I know Mike's not gonna want to hear this.
I don't think he's going to the Raiders.
I do.
The Raiders are a good possibility, but I think Carolina is gonna dump a buttload of money at him.
Because I think you know what? You know why I think he's going to go to LA? Because Antonio Pierce is going to get snatched by somebody else. I'm telling you right now, Tennessee reaching out to him because Carthon wants somebody that he can get along with, and that's the whole reason why him and Vrabel got let go. Was apparently Peter King,
because he didn't like Vrabel's press conference skills.
Vrabel wanted to win now.
Absolutely.
Okay. And Carthon wanted to trade Henry. He wanted to trade Tannehill. And there was one other guy he wanted to trade this season before the season started. And Vrabel was like, oh, hell no, fuck you. And then apparently what really kind of started where things really started to kind of like the beginning of the end was when they traded A.J. Brown. And apparently that pissed Vrabel off because he's because he said, okay, so this is how we're going to do. We're not going to re-sign our own talent, our homegrown talent is what you're saying. So we're going to get rid of our guys.
The guys that we developed.
The guys that we developed. Exactly. And again, it's not like getting rid. I mean, look, it's one thing when you sign a dude and he's a bust and you can say, okay, that didn't look great.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown's been balling since from jump
yeah.
to now, okay? And you could actually kind of coincide what's happened in Philly with the fact that A.J. Brown has been a non-factor for 5 or 6 weeks, okay? So when you got, your best wide receiver, and look, say what you want about the wide receiver position, I'll tell you what, and it's a whole lot different from when you played. Look at Miami's offense when your boy Tyreek's not in the offense.
It's different.
Different.
Absolutely.
Different. They're the fucking Panthers without your boy.
You lose a huge dynamic.
It's huge. And yeah, that offense. And let's go ahead and bring it right back to the Chiefs. Okay. You lost Tyreek a year ago, and then you went out and won the Super Bowl. And so all you fucking morons are, see what happened to the Tyreek trade? Guess what? The mistake the Chiefs made was you still brought in your boy Juju.
Why?
Well, last season it was a huge.
Yeah,
because you needed that guy. You needed that professional wide receiver. Okay. And oh, by the way, Juju last year, 100 targets, 80 catches, 900 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Okay.
I mean, that's 1B wide receiver numbers right there.
Okay.
And guess what about Juju? Juju knows how to get open.
Okay, I'm just saying.
And then on top of that, guess what else he knows how to do?
So of the 20,
and hold it.
I'm just saying, other 20 that he didn't get, that he didn't receive.
Who's that?
You said it was 100 targets, 80 receptions.
Yeah.
There's a 20 play.
I mean, bro, let me tell you, we won the Super Bowl. What difference does it make? I mean, you're missing my point here.
Did he catch it or did he get knocked away? I'm just saying.
Look, I'm spitballing these numbers off the top of my head here, okay? You're missing my point. You're missing what I'm trying to get at here, right?
Like a big number.
Huh? I mean, I'm about to bring up these numbers right now just so we can get this.
It just seemed like a lot. 20. You know,
okay, you know what? You're over here focusing on the wrong shit, Henry Thomas.
What we're focusing on is the fact that Kansas City does not have a reliable receiver.
What's their thoughts going into this postseason right now?
They're shooting bricks. There's one guy that everybody knows will catch the ball. He's had 4 drops the entire freaking season.
Yeah.
That's it. So I know it. You know it. Everybody in the stands knows it. That little singer up there knows it. So the defense knows it, and we're going to put 3 of them on.
He had 101 targets and 78 catches last season. So there you go.
So the others were batted away. I'm just saying how many were dropped.
That's what I'm looking for right now.
Would they say they don't? That's so negative. They wouldn't put drops on there.
No, they do.
Yeah, go to the Raider page. They'll tell you how many he dropped.
Oh, they'll absolutely tell you how many.
You got to go to a rival time. He ain't that good. Look how many he dropped.
Well, I mean, look, I'm watching Raider stuff today, and so this dude Q that I follow, and he's a big Raider guy. I think he's on part of their broadcast team and what have you. So, and look, Raider fans all want Antonio Pierce. Okay. They all want Antonio Pierce. And you and I talked about this, and look, Mike wants Antonio Pierce.
Mike called me the day after the game in the morning. We were talking about it. I get a call. I said, I got to take this call. It's a transport coming in. It's something for work.
Yeah.
He was like, all right, I'll talk to you later. I'm driving home from work.
About 6-7 hours later.
He calls me back and picked up like we were still talking.
Hadn't missed a beat.
No.
It was like he hit
whoa.
pause,
yeah.
waited for you to do your work day, and then as soon as your work day was over, hit play and
went right into it. Right there. I was like, holy. I'm glad he got it.
Are you ready for another cross-racial comparison?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Here it comes. It's gonna be, I'm not going to know what it is.
Oh, no, you're going to know it. Would you say
I'm going to say no.
that Antonio Pierce is the Black Vrabel?
Hell no. Vrabel has experience. He's been there, what, 4 years now? 3 years.
Shit. No, longer than that, because, okay, when were you and I doing? Because think about it. The whole Mike Vrabel thing has gone full circle with me and you, because you and I were actually doing a show on at Sam Houston Race Park when he got named the Titans head coach. Remember? Because you, of all people, were like, how did this dude get a head coaching job?
I knew I didn't want to be the Texans head coach.
Right.
But when he went there and got that, I did say that.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
But then like as the season went on, you did say, okay, homeboy can coach.
Yeah, man, he's got some skills. But
yeah,
up until that point, I didn't see it. I just saw him. Okay, I was a little racist. Another white boy, they just dragging along. Just, oh, good buddy. Yeah, come on in here. But he does have coaching skills. And I was, man, not to say it. But I ain't the only racist one. I see all.
No, we see it. We see all the comments. We see all the comments.
Y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, they know. They get it. Okay, so we're saying no. So he's not the white AP or the black Vrabel. Okay.
No.
I do think, but look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I do think there's a legit shot for him in Tennessee.
They've already going to Tennessee.
They've already reached out to. They've already asked they've already asked his the permission to interview with him.
That is, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, that
I
happened
heard
this
you
morning.
say it before, and I was.
Yeah, no, that happened today. Tennessee has reached out to AP and the Raiders for permission to speak to him and interview him for their position.
Sounds like gaming to me. Like AP knows somebody in Tennessee. They just
Well, he might know Maurice Carthon.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's what I'm
you
saying.
don't mind if we talk to him, right? And then they'd be like, they want him?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, well, here's the other part. Here's part of it. It does fit a Rudy Rule requirement. Okay. So there is that. I mean, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you there is that.
Had to bring that up.
Well, it's the NFL requirement. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you.
We're going to interview two black people.
Well,
if they ever bring me in to interview, I want dinner.
You want a room?
Yeah. It's going to be a 2-day interview. I want a big steak dinner. Because if I'm just coming in for the Rudy Rule, I want to be in there.
You better live it up.
Shaking my monkey shoulder like, well, here's my philosophy.
What position am I getting on your staff, by the way, in the event you do get head coaching position?
Oh, you're media director.
Now. But see, I feel like I'm. You know what though? But and I appreciate that.
No.
Let me just one thing. I would like to do the player interviews that we're trying to bring in.
Nope.
Like at the combine?
Nope.
I'm going to ask those because I'm going to tell you right now, I can find diamonds in the rough. Look at my hiring record. Look at I hire winners, people. I hire winners.
I
just saying. Look,
you're director of my media.
I'm not getting bored with that. I need to be. I want to be in the action, Henry.
You'll be in the action.
Yeah,
you got to be in every interview. You got to be at every press conference. You got to.
Henry, I want to build a franchise.
No,
I want to build a championship.
I
want to build a championship.
I want you in there talking about.
Henry, don't make me have to go leave and go to another team already. Henry, don't make me leave to go to another team already because you're not giving me the chance I want to build a championship.
You know I know your girlfriend and everything. Who's that other girl that you see? Talk to me about it. No, I don't want none of that. I don't want the players all nervous.
I don't know if I'd be good in the media room. I really don't. I don't know that I'm that guy.
Okay, if you're not my media director,
let me be your Jack Easterby.
No, you're gonna be.
But I'm better than Jack.
You know what you're gonna be?
What?
You're gonna be that guy assigned to my good player that's a problem. Roll with him, please. Just go with him and get him out of trouble.
I'm hanging out with the guy that makes sure that the other 7 guys don't come with him to fuck up the next day.
That's you.
That's kind of what Jack Easterby was.
No.
I mean, initially
he was a snitch.
Well, I mean, I'll snitch back to you, but I won't snitch back to anybody else.
He snitched to everybody.
No. Let me tell you, I keep my friends close. I got a small circle, people.
I need to know.
Small circle. All right. If I get a head coaching job, you'll be my DC.
I don't want that job.
You don't want that job?
I want to be the D-line coach.
Already turned it down opportunity.
I'm just selling it. Give me the D-line
So you want me to make you the highest paid D-line coach in the NFL?
I can work with that.
But you know I'm gonna have to ask you to do extra shit if you're going.
Fine. I mean, I'll do something.
I put you in the heart. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna have Henry do. Henry's gonna be in charge of D-line and my dance team.
I can do that.
Huh?
I can do that.
2 birds. One stone. 2 birds.
And you know what? Stone. You won't have to worry about having a whole dance team that's pregnant because I already got it fixed.
Taking care of it. Taking care of that shit. Okay? This is what Henry Thomas says.
Planted ahead.
That's it. By the way, Coach, if for any front officers that are listening to the show, all right?
Yeah. Holler at your boy.
We're self-represented, by the way. We're self-represented.
I don't need to hear all the nonsense of we don't need. I don't need a mouthpiece. Nope. Don't need it.
All right. Belichick will coach again next year, correct?
No.
Bro, you're just being adversarial for the sake of doing it today. I can. What do you mean he's not going to coach next year? He's like 17 wins away from your boy Shula. You played against Shula, didn't you? Of course you did.
I played against his son too.
Were you? Oh, that's right.
Where's he at?
Was he at Alabama when you? But he
wasn't
wasn't
at Shula.
Oh wait, he went to Alabama.
The coach.
Yeah,
he was coach.
Well, he was there.
80.
Yeah. Like he was there in the 90s. Actually, I think he was there. No, wait. Shula was there. I think Shula got hired after your boy Gene Stallings left.
You'd have to look that one up.
Yeah. No, I'm almost positive he did. Because then I think he went to be like the OC with the Bengals. Don't ask me why I know that. Anyway, all right. So you're saying no Belichick next year?
He's gonna take the time off.
You're tripping, bro.
Get his stuff together, and then he's gonna come back. He's gonna pick his team. He's gonna groom them to come and ask him. That's what he's gonna do.
I'm saying right now, if a playoff team loses, Belichick's the coach. Boom.
So you see him in Philly.
Yeah. That Philly team would be nasty with Bill Belichick as head coach. Because then the other thing, too, because then the $1 million question is, who's going to be your offensive coordinator? Because we've never really seen Bill with a dual threat quarterback like that.
No, we haven't, and I know he's got to be fed up with the.
Well, O'Brien, I know he's got to be done with him.
Everybody's got to be done.
I was going to say, I mean, Bill, BOB, go back to college, go coach Amherst, and let's call it a day. All right, Harbaugh. Last thing, you got him coaching where? We started out with the Vegas, and then we went in 17 different directions.
I'm in what you just said. Carolina's going to throw a ton of money at it.
Yeah, because they can.
Whatever playoff team that loses, he's going to be on one of those.
Okay, playoff loser.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. All right, I still got him going to
the Raiders. The
Raiders. Okay, so there we go. All right, let's run through this. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you go subscribe to Chief Studios YouTube. By the way, follow my boy Henry Thomas on Instagram as well as Twitter at Henry Thomas NFL, and of course you can find me at D. All right, let's go rapid fire. We're going to talk
playoff game.
No, that's what we're about to do.
We can't rapid fire the playoff game. It's too much.
Rapid fire for you and I.
Okay. Cool.
Rapid fire for you and I.
Cool.
Okay. All right. First game. Browns and Texans. Look. Yes, the Browns beat the brakes off the Texans in a few weeks ago, whatever it was. Joe Flacco looked like Baltimore Raven Joe Flacco from back in the day. But there was two things. Okay. Well, I'll give you one because I'm sure one of ours is the same. Okay. One huge difference from that game to this game, number 7. Okay, C.J. Stroud was not playing that game, and that makes a. I mean, look, I'm gonna say this right now.
Nor was his receiver.
Yeah, he was out. Nico Collins and I think Robert Woods was out that game too. So you were down 3 major players, and I'm gonna say this right now.
And they missed Dale. I missed Dale. I love that little kid.
I do, and I was wrong. I thought he was hurt last year, but he's Well, no, I'm saying I thought he was hurt as a college player. Yeah, but apparently he played all 13 games, so I did not know that. But
you don't put a 5'4" or 5'8"
Well, you know what the reason was for doing that?
To push in push.
No.
What was the reason to do that?
Because the way the 49ers, that 49er style offense. And I actually thought of you when he said this. It was Kirk Morrison that was talking about it.
Yeah.
They do that because they want to run passing plays and running plays out of the same formation so that defenses can't figure out, okay, what are they going to run here? And so that's why he said
it's easy to figure out. Just look at Collins. If he's on the line of scrimmage and his mouthpiece is hanging out, throwing the ball, he is not getting the ball. He ain't even concerned about it. I said it at the last game, and everybody was getting mad when they were playing for the Colts. And I was sitting at the thing going, oh, here comes the running play. It was 2 key that was aggravating the crap out of me. I was sitting in the bar, and I'm going, running play. And everybody's like, who is this guy? I think he's playing. That's because he played even. And then they run the ball. And they're like, what? I was like, okay, listen.
Well, you got an easy job because you're a former NFL player. So
I just said, when 12 has his mouthpiece hanging out, he's not concerned with getting the ball or blocking. The ball's going away from him. And every time they do the short motion with the fullback, and he motions and his shoulder pads are square to the line of scrimmage, guess what they're about to run? The trap back over there where he just left from, and everybody knows it. If they do it with the tight end, it's the same thing. For once, one time in the game, he motioned this way, and they ran downhill and gained like 13 yards. I was like, thank you. Somebody do it, but everybody's getting upset with me because of that. But I love the Texans.
Okay. Love
them. But
you being the defensive guy that you are,
I'm going with Cleveland.
Yeah. You just think that defense is too much?
It's a monster.
Yeah.
And if 9-5's on his game,
forget about it.
Forget about it.
Now, no Denzel Ward.
Oh, yeah.
No Denzel Ward. He's not playing Saturday.
Ooh.
That's big.
See, that's
a huge loss.
Kind of an equalizer, actually.
Because think about it now. Because, I mean, look, Bobby Slowick, who has already he's already been reached out to by two different teams. I think Carolina is one of them. I think the Commanders were the other team, which, by the way, nobody worth their salt's going to the Commanders.
Really?
I say that, but I changed my mind. Well, you're right, because now they got new ownership, so it's a different story.
I mean, Flores needs to get a little bit more props for what he's done on two crappy teams.
Who does?
The coach that got fired.
Who? Rivera?
Rivera, I said.
Does he know?
Yes, he does. What did he do in Carolina? He built that
You realize
team.
he's only had 2 winning seasons in like.
I don't care. He's had crap. I mean, he's had.
He does take some shit.
He's had crap. And he's made some stuff out of him. This team was, without him there.
Why they always got to give the Hispanic dudes shitty teams?
What happened? See, that's good that comparison. That's what happened. Nobody gives him his props. I mean, seeing that I'm a victim too, because I said Flores. I was thinking about the old Raider guy, and he didn't get his props.
All Hispanic coaches look the same. All Hispanic coaches look the same.
So my bad on that.
This dude said Tom Flores, who hasn't been in the league in 25 years.
All right, I got hit in the head a lot. I have an excuse.
He said Tom
And
Flores.
I drank some monkey shoulder, so I got an excuse. But Commanders is going to be a good spot to go to because they're only person. Well, the division is going to be tough, but if you can start building there now,
Yeah.
it's going to be back at
No, you're right,
the
because
Diesels, the Hogs.
No, no. Now that you don't have, it was hot as a motherfucker in here.
Is it hot?
It's hot. You ain't hot. You ain't hot in Casa de Tomas. We're in Casa de Tomas, by the way. Sitting at Henry's brand new kitchen table.
Brand new birthday
Brand
present.
spanking new.
Birthday present.
Speaking of birthdays, Henry Thomas will be the big 5'9"
Why not?
tomorrow.
I know. Don't stop it. I moisturize. I'll send you the recipe. I'll tell you. Yeah, don't even worry. Stop. I see you, girl. Stop it.
Be sure to follow Henry, like him on Instagram and Twitter, and then you can send cash apps to Henry for his birthday as well. So there you go. We should put your cash app up.
Let's just. I don't cash app.
What do you do? Giselle?
You just said I was 59.
You are, but Giselle?
Western Union.
This dude's over here talking about Carroll ain't got any energy left. Says Mr. fucking Western Union over here. Okay? Ask Henry how he sent out his last package, and he said Pony Express. But you like the Browns tomorrow, even with Denzel Ward out. I'm going to give you one more chance.
I didn't know that till you said it.
Okay.
And I said it was an equalizer.
You did.
I like the Browns. For all the wrong reasons.
But I mean, outside the defense.
I like them. Okay, they've been playing well. The
Playing
last
great.
4 weeks, they've been playing excellent.
Fucking incredible.
Okay, but the whole scenario, like I'm going back to play against the Ravens.
Oh, you like that.
I like the conspiracy.
I love it. I love it.
like
It's about time because you and I do appreciate a good conspiracy theory.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, look at all the playoffs. Deshaun Watson should have been, blah, blah, blah. And Texans, you got Tyreek going back to Kansas City. You have
Green Bay and Dallas, and
Green
Rams
Bay,
and
Dallas,
Detroit.
and Rams and Detroit, where they swap quarterbacks. Come on, baby.
I mean, I look at it as more of just
Happenstance.
Well, I mean, it has to be.
It is happenstance.
But it's fun.
It's fun.
But it's fun.
And then to hear all the people that really believe
There's people that
it,
fucking believe it.
that just
That's-
into
yeah.
it. I love fucking with them.
Like, I'm more of I enjoy a good, like, COVID came from a factory in China type of conspiracy theory. Oh, wait.
No,
Never mind.
No, not that.
Never mind. I digress. Okay, so you like the Browns.
I love the Texans, but I think the Browns won by 3.
Is it okay? I was going to say, is this a who has the ball last type of deal?
Absolutely.
You know, their kicker's hurt too.
Man, how you can't ask me to do it? Then you spring all the information on me.
I'm trying to help you out. I am helping you out by providing you with this info. And when you said, hey, I expect them to win by 3, that tells me, oh, Henry thinks we're going to win by a field goal. Let me tell my boy, hey, let's even this playing field here. Now, look, there was money on the line and it was me against you. Of course, I would have told you that. I would have told you that or the Denzel Ward part. But
Scratch that. I'm going with the Texans.
boom, there you go. Henry Thomas, Texans.
Texans by 7.
Texans by 7. I'm also of the belief that the Texans will win, and the C.J. Stroud hype train is only going to get bigger. C.J. Stroud's going to be a monster.
There's no hype. It is what it is. It's a fact train.
Well,
it is what it is.
Well, but hype is still a good thing.
Hype is not a good thing.
Sometimes you got to hype people up.
You can hype, hype people up.
I mean, that's what a hype man's about.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
How many of
The
those
hype
guys that went
train.
into the ring against Tyson had a hype man? Got all hyped up.
You know, that was the 80s and 90s, though. So just saying.
And got knocked the fuck
I
out.
mean, you know, it's funny you bring that up because I just saw a thing where he fought like a drug dealer from New York. Like,
Yeah.
this is where things were at back in the 80s. Like, literally a drug like, he was a known drug dealer, but he was like 6'5", like 220, and boxed.
Yeah.
And said, I want to fight Tyson.
Come
and
on.
Tyson was like, let's do it.
Let's do this.
Could you imagine that in today's day and age?
Oh, no.
Although, speaking of heavyweights, we should probably pour a little liquor. Well, you've got a little liquor. You might want to pour a little liquor out for Deontay Wilder because I think he's done.
Well, we said that when he lost.
Well,
the
but
second fight.
he was supposed to fight Anthony Joshua this year, and then they had tune-up fights, and he got beat. I think it was a unanimous decision or whatever it was. So yeah, Deontay, and it was.
Yeah.
They said Deontay.
Look out for it.
There you go. And they said Deontay did not look good.
Okay.
They said he was in there for a check. And that look, the reality is Deontay Wilder's never been able to fight.
No, he's had
He got one
a vicious right hand,
or whichever.
whatever it was.
If he hit you with it, forget about it.
Yeah.
I had never seen a boxer with such skinny legs. And this is and as somebody who has skinny legs, I know skinny legs when I see them. So anyway, by the way, your the MMA dude, the new, he's fighting Joshua in March.
The MMA guy is fighting him?
Yeah, the dude that almost beat Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
He's fighting Joshua in March. That might be a fight worth watching.
Might be.
That might be a fight worth watching. Okay.
Is it overseas? It's going to be here.
I think it's in Saudi Arabia. I think. So, hey, it'll be like 3 o'clock in the middle of the afternoon for us. We'll come to the Chiefs, Miami last. All right, so you and I are both in agreement. We both like the Texans to win on Saturday. All right. Plus, and can we stop with the D'Amico to Alabama rumors? Okay. D'Amico's not leaving the NFL to go to Alabama. Okay.
Oh, this is like minuscule success. I mean, it's greater than what anyone anticipated, but in the scheme of the end of
He's just getting started.
exactly.
He's got. I mean, look. I'm just gonna look. I'll say this as a Chiefs fan. I'm more worried about the Texans over the next half decade. Than any other team in the NFL.
There you go.
Or let's put it this way, any other AFC team.
All right.
Because CJ is just that dude, man.
He is. And like the first 3 games, I was hard on him.
Oh, absolutely. He didn't look great in the preseason. And then, tell you what,
Game
something about
2, Game 3 of the regular season, he really started to change my mind.
Yeah.
And I thought.
Because they did still lose some goofy games early. Like they lost to Carolina. They lost to the Falcons early. There were some goofy losses there.
Exactly. But he's coming into his own. And
I'll tell you what, when they went to Jacksonville, they put a beating on them down in Jayville. That's when I kind of knew, like, okay, this dude's legit. And he throws a pretty ball. My
He
God.
does throw a good ball.
He throws a beautiful football. There's only one other quarterback I can think throws better one, but that we'll get to that in a
We'll
second.
get that in a minute.
Pittsburgh, Buffalo. Pittsburgh should be getting the Florida State treatment, as far as I'm concerned. Pittsburgh should be getting the Florida. You can't tell me there's not a better team in the AFC that should be in that playoffs right now than instead of Pittsburgh. But I get it. I'm joking. I'm being a smartass.
Yeah.
Buffalo wins this game. I'm going to go with 45-9.
What was Pittsburgh record this year?
Was a record 10-7.
Another win in the season.
Tomlin is at that point where I think he just needs to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, not stop coaching. It's just
Apparently, there's a lot of scuttlebutt about him and the Commanders. Because apparently his wife is from DC.
so much I could go with that. So many places I can go with that. Holy crap.
I'm just saying, Henry Thomas. I'm just saying. Okay. Buffalo.
That ain't no big deal. She ain't that far from DC and Pittsburgh. She fine.
Yeah, but you got to. I mean, he's got to probably be burnt out on Pittsburgh at this point because apparently there's just fans are tired of the fact that they're like, okay, great, yeah, he's won a bunch. We win every year, but
We don't win.
we haven't been relevant in almost a decade.
All right. I'm gonna go with Buffalo only because I can't for the life of me.
Dude, Mason Rudolph's the quarterback.
Hang
That's
on,
number
wait a
one.
minute. I can't for the life of me think of Pittsburgh offense.
Nobody can. You're not
And then
alone.
JJ's out.
TJ's out. JJ's been
One of them brothers.
one of the brothers.
Yeah.
One of the Watt brothers.
One of the watch.
So TJ's out. You got Mason Rudolph at quarterback. Like I said, I think Buffalo will beat the brakes off him. But, look, would I be surprised if Pittsburgh found a way to win? No, I wouldn't. Would I be stunned? Yes. Would I be surprised? No. Does that make sense? No, not at all. Not at all.
No.
I would be stunned in the football sense. I wouldn't be because it is your boy Mike Tomlin.
Does not find a way to win.
And he does. And look, here's the thing, too. That offense has looked better with Mason Rudolph at quarterback. It really has. And this offense has really actually gotten better since they fired Matt Canada. So, look, do I still think Buffalo's going to win? Yes.
Okay, we're going Buffalo. I'm going Buffalo.
All right. So that was FD's score. And I was being a smart ass by saying 45-9. I don't know if it'll be that. I mean, it's not going to be that lopsided. But Henry Thomas also likes Buffalo in that matchup as well.
35-17.
Huh?
35-17.
35-17. I like it. Okay. Let's go with the continued conspiracy theory. And like I said, Pittsburgh Buffalo. Here's the thing: Browns Texans is going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be a damn good. I think that's going to go into the fourth quarter. All right. Pittsburgh Buffalo is going to go back and forth, I think, but I think Buffalo pulls away at the end just because they're Buffalo and they've got more weapons. And then in game 2 of the Sunday slate, you've got Green Bay, the upstart Green Bay Packers, the youngest team in the National Football League, by the way, playing the Dallas Cowboys, where our boy Jerry Jones said, "Gonna wait and see how these playoffs turn out," which may or may not have been a veiled shot at Mike McCarthy, who's taken this team to 3 12-win seasons, but they continue to spit the bit in the playoffs. Look, if he loses to Green Bay, McCarthy's out.
Maybe he has a soft spot for Green Bay. That's his best coaching.
Tell you what, guess what? He's going to have a soft spot in his wallet. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you're Dallas with the team you got and you lose on Sunday, you got 3 phone calls you're making. Belichick, Saban, Harbaugh. And maybe, depending on how those first 3 calls go, you might see what Pete. You might text Pete. That's what I'm telling you right now, and you said it. You already said it. These playoff games, you and I know there's going to be an upset.
Yes.
There's going to be at least 1, maybe 2 upsets in these playoffs. Okay.
Right.
If Dallas or Philly loses,
Coaching staff is going.
coaching changes, guaranteed. Because here's the thing, and you know this as well as anybody in the NFL, all right? If you've got ready-to-win teams like Dallas and Philly, you don't give a fuck if Bill Belichick's 150 years old.
I'm going to go with Dallas on this
Oh, because you know Jerry Jones don't give a fuck. Jerry Jones wants to win a Super Bowl before he dies.
Yeah, he wants to win a Super Bowl
so bad. Yeah. And so I can eat. Look, that I'll tell you what, that game will be interesting to watch.
I'm gonna go with Dallas because they're at home.
Although that ain't although it's been a better home advantage this year than it has been in years past.
They haven't lost the game at home.
But I'm just saying, in years past, it was always kind of
I'm just saying, based on this year, there are two different teams on the road. Green Bay does travel, but I'm gonna go with.
Give me a score. I'm with you, though. I think Dallas wins again, too. I like them to win 31-20.
27-20.
Yeah, okay. All right, so you and I are both in. So far, you and I, from a radio standpoint, not the most exciting because everything but we're talking about.
That's only because you're talking about Cleveland, except giving me late information.
No, I'm just supplying you with information because that's the kind of guy I am.
Okay.
All right, game that's very near and dear to your heart, Andrew Thomas. Let's see, the only team that you played for that's in the playoffs, and we would have, and of all the teams. This team would have been option number 3 if we would have had to have guessed before the season. If we just said, power rank the teams we think are going to be in the – although we might not because we thought Detroit was going to be better this year.
Well, you might coach some of those guys this year. So
they do have the Henry Thomas Midas touch.
I'd have picked them.
And you got the Rams, who everybody's, suddenly everybody's on the Ram train. I still think Detroit has too many weapons. I think, and they're doing the Matt Stafford jersey, man. I don't know if you heard about that. But nobody can wear a Matt Stafford Detroit Lion jersey to the game on Sunday. The Detroit Lions people have already come out and said no Matt Stafford Lion jerseys allowed for the game Sunday night.
They're kicking them out. They're kicking. Okay,
I love
Detroit Matt Stafford.
That's it.
Okay, they can come in with.
If you want to wear Rams Matt Stafford, that's fine. But ain't nobody rocking. Don't be coming in here thinking you're going to root for whatever number he is, number 9. Yeah. Ain't nobody rocking. We ain't rocking with. We'll rock with 9 after the game's over.
Yeah.
But we ain't rocking with number 9 for the 3.5 hours.
I love the Motor City. I love the Motor City. I like it.
I love it. I think it's fantastic.
Come in here with them.
That's it. And I'll tell you what, you'll know who the real fans are.
Oh yeah.
Because the real fans wouldn't do it.
No, they're not gonna do it, and that's the fan base there. I mean, they've always been there.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Matt Stafford's wife tweeted out some shit about whatever.
Yeah.
We love Detroit or we're sorry, whatever, but
whatever. She's loving LA.
Oh, she just couldn't get out of fucking Detroit fast enough.
She was in a lead car.
The best, and I still can't get enough of Matt Stafford watching a photographer fall off a stage during the Super Bowl post party. He looks over and then walks away.
Yeah, he's good.
My man literally had a drink, looked over the edge, and then walked away.
Your boy down there.
There's a woman.
Yeah.
Somebody get her.
After they already won the Super Bowl?
Oh, this is after they won.
Oh, yeah, I think she's got to get it.
I think the only reason he had to do something about it because he looked around and see if he was being recorded.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Detroit, St. Louis. I do think this could be St. Louis. Detroit, LA. I do think LA. I think you're going to see an inspired LA team. I really do. Because I think Sean McVay proved this year why he's such a damn good NFL head coach. Yes, all right. And there was an excellent article, I think it was Sports Illustrated, about how he did some different things offensively this year and tried some new things offensively. Andy Reid and that ragtag fucking offense, maybe you should pay attention to it. Anyway, just saying. I still think Detroit wins the game. But I think it's gonna be close. I say Detroit 23, Rams 20.
See, St. Louis again.
Ram.
I like Detroit. I'm going with Detroit. I'm rolling with them all the way through.
Those are your boys.
So
your boys.
I say Detroit 27-17.
Okay. I like
10-point game.
I like it. And then the last game of the series, and we'll wrap up with the Chiefs Miami as our last game that we're going to talk about. This is a game that a lot of people have Tampa Bay winning. They think they can pull that upset off, and they are at home.
In the playoffs?
Tampa Bay's at home, right? Because they won the NFC South.
That's right.
All right. You got a Tampa Bay team that's at home. They're playing a Philadelphia team that has lost 5 out of the last 6. Hasn't looked great ever since they've been 10-1. Yeah, they're 1-5 since. We talked about Sirianni. There's rumblings that he could be out if they lose this game. This is an interesting situation. We've never seen. I'm not gonna say we've never seen anything like this, but I still think Philly has enough to win this game.
I agree. Tampa Bay
they're not a good team.
They're not a good team.
They're not.
They won their division by default.
That was the worst division in football.
Oh, without a doubt.
And it wasn't even close.
Wasn't even close. And for them to win, the way they're in, it's inspiring because I've been there and make a run, but they don't have the horses to do it.
Who? Philly or Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay.
No, they don't. So. You like Philly?
I like Philly.
Give me a score.
Blowout.
We'll go 42-6. Okay. Last but certainly not least, my Kansas City Chiefs against the Miami Dolphins. And look, I expect them to win this game. I expect them to take care of business on Saturday. Of course, everybody's pissed off because that game's on Peacock. People are losing their minds because that game. Yeah. Apparently, this is another little nugget you did not know. So this game will
Peacock.
That's correct.
It's a playoff game.
That's right.
You put Thursday night games on Peacock.
So the NFL NBC paid $110 million for the right for this game to be on Peacock. And
I'll give Peacock.
Okay, and the Chiefs and the NFL said, okay, well, to make sure you get your sign up, let's go ahead and throw that Chiefs game on there. Yeah, because people are going to pay $10, $15, whatever it is to.
Guess I'll be watching that one at the bar.
Yeah, people are losing their minds over it. And it's like, come on. First of all, people are like, well, who doesn't, for people that don't have a smart TV, who the fuck doesn't have a smart TV at this point? You can't even buy another TV.
Yeah, you can't buy it.
In 20, look, if you've got a console, at me. Slide in my DMs if you've got a console. Okay?
You got a big tube in the back.
Exactly. If you got one of them big black fucking, one of them big black ass fucking.
Listen, if your television is wider than this, holla at us.
Let me know. Let me know. Exactly. If your TV says Montgomery Ward's on it, I want to hear from you. Okay? That's right.
We got a turntable connected to
Zenith. What is it? Curtis Mathis. Is Zenith even still around?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think they are.
I think they are. That was the big TV back in the day.
Yeah, Zenith.
Oh man, he had a color TV too. Ooh, I know. Just talk amongst yourself, kids.
Look, the Chiefs are going to win this game. Now, I think it's going to be ugly for the simple fact that they're talking about this game is going to be the high. It's supposed to be 3 at game time, and they're talking about wind gusts of a wind chill of -20, -30. They're saying it could be one of those. It could be one of the coldest NFL games of all time. So Miami, I think, is like 0-10 in games under 40 degrees.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I think Kansas City's going to do enough. We'll get into the whole rigmarole of what they're going to look like after they win, especially if this Buffalo game holds tight. But I like Kansas City to win. I think it's going to be ugly, but I like them to win 19-12.
I like that score. I like that pick. And I think Kansas City wins just because of the weather.
Yeah, I do too.
The weather and whoever runs the ball. Because throwing the ball with wind gusts and cold,
it'll be hard to do.
You think your
our receivers can't catch when the weather's nice.
I know, so they'll be like, I don't know if my head.
Watch them have the best receiving day of their lives.
Catch him with the back of the head.
That's it. Give me a score. You can say 19-12 if you want.
I did say 19-12.
You like that?
I said I like that score.
Okay, you can go
I
with it.
just said whoever runs the ball. I'm gonna go with
2013.
2013. That'll work right there. How about that? Give me that. Give me 2013.
2013. Henry Thomas.
Somebody misses a field goal because it's so cold.
That's the point. That's right.
It's extra point because it's so cold.
Or they kick 2 field goals. In this case, you would score. It would be 2 field goals and 2 touchdowns. So there you go.
Break the math down for you.
That's it. Last but not least, what are you looking most forward to this week?
This weekend is my birthday.
Yeah, that's right. Friday. Okay, two things: 1A and 1B. One, we'll get to your birthday here in a second. Football wise, what are you looking forward to?
Good games.
Okay.
I think all the games are set up pretty damn good. The one that's going to be tough to watch is going to be the last one, the Kansas City. Just because.
Well, that's on Saturday night.
Okay, that
Saturday
night.
I just had to pick up last because of me.
Yeah. So that's going to be a tough one to watch because of the weather.
Yeah, to get into.
Yeah.
So if you like ugly old school throwback football, Saturday night's your night.
You ain't gonna see it there because Miami's gonna still try to do that razzle-dazzle and stuff, and it's gonna look horrible.
It's gonna look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Have you watched any of the in-season Dolphins? Whatchamacallit?
Interviews?
No. Hard Knocks.
No.
I don't understand why Mike McDaniel doesn't get more shit thrown at him.
I've seen 3 entire Hard Knocks
In your life?
in my entire life.
Okay, that obviously disqualifies you from watching this. And then, last but not least, Henry Thomas turns the big 59 on
It says 92.
tomorrow. There's a lot of things on there.
What the hell? It said 92.
There's a lot of things on there.
Yeah,
And we're mirroring the
right.
camera right now. Henry Thomas, for those out there, number one, what words of wisdom would you give in your 59 years? And then what's kind of what's Friday night looking like?
Okay. Words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom from a 50 soon to be. What time were you born, by the way?
7 a.m. 7:04.
Early in the morning.
Yeah.
Boom.
I think it was Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning.
So my
Google
mom,
Assistant is not available for this version.
19 what?
19 and 65.
19 and 65.
I think Susie May went bowling the night before.
Come on. If that doesn't explain you and your family, like your mother really bowled 9 months pregnant the night before.
Oh yeah, went to the hospital that night. Probably had a couple of drinks and a smoke.
So your mom tips a couple backs, hits a couple dog rockets.
Throw that backup ball.
Oh, by the way, let me go get Bert real quick.
Oh, yeah, it's like, he's moving too much. Let's go get him out of here. Go to the hospital. Let him go.
Which hospital were you born in?
St. Joseph.
Is it still around?
The building's still there, but I don't think
You don't think it's hospital
when you
anymore?
come around the Pierce elevator, it's right down the corner. You'll see it. It said,
Okay. I think I have seen that.
Yeah.
Okay.
St. Joseph.
That's where Henry Thomas was.
Right.
59 years ago
That's where I
tomorrow.
shot out the hole. Right there. Bam. But words of
And he's
wisdom.
been shooting through holes ever since.
That's right. 93 and a half career sacks. Over 1,000 tackles.
2 back-to-back
That's
100
right.
seasons. Get back.
But for words of wisdom,
That's right.
do what you feel.
Okay.
If it feels wrong, it's probably going to be wrong. Just tell you. And if you do something that feels wrong, let it be your idea. Don't be following somebody else's dumbass idea. And when you get to 59, be like me. When I look back, everybody said, you have any regrets? None. Not. I can't think of one regret I have in my life. And now I'm at the age that, every day I found out that I'm a lot like my dad because people say, well, hey, how you doing? And I got the same line. Right side of the dirt. Right side of the dirt. I'm good. I got no complaints.
I tell you what.
So that's it.
That's it.
And if I know I was gonna make this longer, to taking better care of myself.
This guy, he takes great care of himself. I'll tell you what, one of the healthiest guys I know. Shout out to our boy, a bit of Mike Babbo. Like I said, he's in Cashville, Tennessee.
Enjoy yourself.
For work, doing the damn thing. So shout out to our boy, Bitter Mike. I feel like he'd probably pretty much be in agreement with us. You and I actually agreed on every single game.
I think he would too, except he might.
I could see him going with the Browns.
Yeah.
I could potentially see him going with the Browns, and maybe the Rams over Detroit. But I think that'd be it. I don't think I could see him winning over or picking any other games. So we'll get we'll shoot our boy Bitter Mike a text and find out, and then we'll tweet those out for the game. So anyway, look, enjoy the game this weekend. Real quick, there's one I got to give a shout out to my boy real quick and tell you to go to his site. Okay. Stand by. Go to takingvegas.com if you're gonna put any kind of wagers on the game this weekend. And we know a lot of you are. Go to takingvegas.com. That's my boy Chris Hodge, one of the best in the business. So go to his site, takingvegas.com. They got winners all weekend. And of course, now we're getting down to that time of year, Henry Thomas, where there's no more college football to bet on. All right, NFL, we're getting down to the proverbial nitty gritty, and now it's down to NFL it's down to NBA and hockey. Okay, and
hockey,
and Indian cricket for God's sake. So but hey, Taking Vegas gets taken care of. Okay, so anyway, there you have it. Enjoy your birthday tomorrow night, Henry Thomas. All right, we'll be pulling for you, and everybody enjoy the games this weekend, and go Chiefs on Saturday night. For the one, the only Henry Thomas, I'm still that dude Freddie D from H-Town to Kansas City, West Side, East Side, all sides, fofo, acre shakers. You know the drill. You know we love you.
Peace.